Part 1. The Unforeseen Discovery. The hallowed halls of the University of Cambridge were no stranger to groundbreaking ideas and innovations. Among its many venerable institutions, the Quantum Computing Lab held a particular prestige. Within its walls, Dr. Marcus Hensley, a distinguished computer scientist, found himself at the precipice of an unparalleled discovery. As the midnight hour struck, Marcus was hunched over his workstation, his fingers dancing across the keys, sculpting intricate lines of code. For months, he had been developing an advanced quantum algorithm, meticulously fine-tuning its parameters to push the boundaries of computational speeds. But on this particular night, amidst the routine sequences and patterns, something unexpected caught his attention. The anomaly was subtle but unmistakable, a divergence in the algorithmic output that hinted at something far more significant than a mere computational error. The readings suggested the existence of multiple realities, the multiverse, separated only by ultra-thin borders, fragile and delicate like a soap bubble. Marcus' initial disbelief gave way to exhilarating curiosity. The prospect was as terrifying as it was intriguing. Could it be possible to transgress these thin borders, to step into an alternate universe? As he delved deeper into the data, he found more compelling evidence supporting this mind-bending hypothesis. The borders were not just thin, they were pliable, capable of being manipulated. This discovery sparked a transformative journey for the risk-averse scientist. Over countless sleepless nights and fueled by unceasing curiosity, Marcus channeled his efforts into exploiting this theoretical breakthrough. His work led to the creation of a device that harnessed the power of his algorithm, a quantum translocator. The device, sleek and compact, was designed to breach the thin borders and enable navigation across multiverses. But there was a great deal of uncertainty. Despite the countless hours spent testing the quantum translocator's functionality, Marcus was stepping into unknown territory. Could he control his journey across universes? Would his actions disrupt the natural order of these parallel realities? The ethical considerations were equally daunting. However, the thrill of discovery outweighed the reservations. One chilly evening, Marcus found himself ready to take the leap of faith. The sprawling lab, a silent testament to his countless hours of work, was about to bear witness to a historic moment. As Marcus activated the quantum translocator, an electric hum filled the room. His heart pounded in his chest as he prepared for the jump, his hand shaking slightly as he pressed the activation button. Suddenly, reality seemed to distort around him. The sensation was unlike anything he had ever experienced, a disorienting feeling of being stretched across time and space, before snapping back abruptly. When Marcus opened his eyes, he found himself standing in the exact spot in the lab, but something felt different. As he looked around, he noticed subtle discrepancies: the layout of the equipment, the quality of light filtering in from the windows, even the air smelled slightly different. The truth dawned on him: his theory was correct. He was standing in an alternate universe. A surge of triumph washed over him. Marcus Hensley, the computer scientist from the University of Cambridge, had taken the first step into a parallel universe, opening a Pandora's box of infinite possibilities. Quantum jaunts and subtle shifts. Barely containing his exhilaration, Marcus began exploring this near-identical universe. Everything around him, from the dust motes suspended in sunlight to the worn tiles underfoot, was achingly familiar, yet shrouded in subtle strangeness. The changes were minute, hardly noticeable unless one knew to look for them, like the absence of a coffee stain on his lab notes or a slightly rearranged bookshelf. These differences were testament to the path this reality had taken, its journey diverging ever so slightly from his own. Marcus' scientific curiosity was piqued. He set out on his quantum jaunts, meticulously documenting the variations and commonalities between the universes. His translocator became a conduit to realms unknown, a key that unlocked doors to worlds as numerous as the grains of sand on a beach. Each universe he visited was another facet of the cosmic diamond, presenting a unique arrangement of reality. But he had not developed the quantum translocator just for the thrill of exploration. Marcus had a purpose beyond mere curiosity. Using his newfound ability, he started gathering information that did not exist in his home universe. In these alternate realities, science had taken different paths, financial trends had veered in unexpected directions, and socio-political landscapes had evolved uniquely. He was intrigued by the scientific breakthroughs that he found, theories and technologies that were eons ahead of his reality. He marveled at the stock market trends, whose forecasts promised immense profits in his world. These valuable gleanings, these pearls of wisdom from alternate universes, began to alter Marcus' own reality. Back in his own universe, Marcus initiated a series of subtle shifts. Leveraging his multi-universe gleanings, he began patenting technologies that were yet to be invented in his reality. Marcus, once merely an esteemed scientist, found himself rapidly emerging as an influential tech tycoon. His groundbreaking papers, drawing from the advanced scientific discoveries of alternate universes, skyrocketed him to the pinnacle of academic hierarchy. They seemed prescient, their revelations decades ahead of the scientific curve, earning him laurels and accolades. Simultaneously, Marcus started dabbling in the stock market. Using the forecasts from other realities, he invested in stocks that were on the brink of explosive success in his universe. His wealth started amassing at a meteoric pace, transforming him into a prominent figure in financial circuits. Marcus Hensley was not just traversing universes, he was shaping his destiny across the multiverse. His translocator was his compass, guiding him through the labyrinth of realities, leading him to unimaginable wealth and recognition. Yet, amid the exhilaration of quantum jaunts and the heady rush of success, a feeling of unease began to creep in. The boundaries between realities were becoming blurred. The constant oscillation between his universe and others was taking a toll. Each leap, each breach of the thin border was becoming a gamble. Every universe he visited was another roll of the dice, another chance at reshuffling the cosmic cards. Marcus, who had once shied away from uncertainty, was now playing a high-stakes game with the fabric of reality. As he teetered on the edge of this ethereal roulette, little did he know that the biggest twist in his quantum odyssey was just around the corner. Shadows from another reality. A few months into his multiverse exploits, Marcus' world was about to change dramatically. He had grown accustomed to the slight variations in the multiverse landscape, the minor alterations that differentiated one universe from the next. But during one such quantum jaunt, he came across a difference that was anything but slight. In this particular universe, he was still a scientist at the University of Cambridge, but the academic circles were abuzz with whispers of a different kind. Hushed conversations about a man named Vincent Quill and his ties to a mysterious group, Quantum Shadow, were commonplace. Marcus delved into this enigma, driven by an instinctive sense of dread. He discovered that Vincent Quill was a billionaire genius, much like he had become in his home universe. However, Quill's rise to power wasn't the result of hard work and foresight. Instead, it was the consequence of an insidious exploitation of multiverse mechanics. In a hidden corner of this universe's version of the quantum computing lab, Marcus stumbled upon a series of confidential documents that should not have existed. They contained evidence of Quill's meddling, a clandestine network of influence that ran deep into the governments and military organizations of multiple universes. Quill was not just visiting these alternate realities, he was manipulating them. His strings stretched across multiverses, subtly orchestrating a multitude of events to his advantage. The Quantum Shadow, it seemed, was a puppet master pulling the strings of cosmic order, crafting a cosmos-spanning empire. Marcus found himself standing in a chilling new reality. His adventure across multiverses, which had started as an exciting scientific expedition, had led him to a dark truth. His explorations, his quest for knowledge and prosperity, were innocent compared to Quill's machinations. Where Marcus had sought to observe and learn, Quill sought to manipulate and control. Where Marcus had used the knowledge of other universes to benefit his own, Quill was playing God, rewriting the rules of countless realities. The billionaire genius and his quantum shadow were ensnaring the multiverse in a web of deceit and manipulation. The gravity of the discovery weighed heavily on Marcus. He had thought he was alone in his quantum exploits, a solitary pioneer charting the realms of the multiverse. But he was wrong. Not only was he not alone, but his fellow traveler was wielding this immense power with a frightening lack of conscience. As Marcus returned to his home universe, the once familiar lab felt different. The room that had witnessed his triumphant leaps into the multiverse now echoed with the sobering reality of his discovery. He was no longer just a scientist or a wealthy academic. He had become an inadvertent player in a high-stakes game of cosmic chess. Marcus was at a crossroads. He could retreat to the life he had built, enjoying his wealth and influence, all while knowing the multiverse was under Quill's sway, or he could stand up, risking all he had gained, to challenge the quantum shadow and protect the sanctity of the multiverse. Marcus, the man who had once feared the roll of dice, found himself facing the greatest gamble of his life. His once orderly world was on the brink of chaos, teetering on the precipice of an unseen battle. He would have to decide whether to remain a silent observer or to step into the fray, all the while aware that the stakes were higher than he could have ever imagined.